Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part two of Create Expectations. So, if you are confused and you haven't seen the first half, you need to go back to Zara's channel, which is linked below, and watch the first half there. And then you can come back here and watch the second half.
Yeah, and that's only if you were confused about why we're talking about things you didn't have any idea about.
Right.
The other option is if you're confused about other things in life, we probably can't help you,
Yeah, I don't think
and
we can help.
I have very little sympathy. So there are other YouTube channels to help you, I'm sure.
Oh, man. All right. So I think we can continue with viewer questions because there are so many. There are a Canadian ton of viewer questions. Um, okay, so let's just dive back in.
All
Big
right.
man Josh. He would like to know how much does skill rating increase when you win and how much does it decrease when you lose? Is it a fixed number or does it change? And if it changes, what are some of the factors that cause it to change? He is in Kyber 2, if that makes a difference. Um, I feel like you would know this way more than I would.
I barely pay attention to this, actually. I care about it. I mean, so everyone's under the same rules every round, but the rules are variable.
Mhm.
I don't know all the specifics, frankly. There are people who are trying to decode it, and CG has not told us about their climbing their system, and almost no game. The people are like, they need to be transparent, and it's actually that I can understand why people would want it to be a transparent thing, and maybe we can decode it to the point that we can answer it.
Mhm.
But other systems that have like the ladder climbing stuff, like they also don't tell their players how it works exactly.
Right, because then you can game the system.
Right, so they don't give all the details. But there are a number of factors. Number one is how many skill points your opponent has.
Mhm.
So it's based like I'll end up getting more skill points if I'm climbing because I'm towards the top of the ladder. I'm in the 150th ish space right now
Right.
in Kyber 1, so I'm over 4,000 skill points and everything, as opposed to like Prevail Man, who is closer to what 2 or 3,000. I don't even know what he's at, but because his opponents have fewer skill points, he'll gain fewer, and
Right.
it's like 1 or 2%, something like that. So there's that as a factor, and then it's also like we don't have enough seasons to really know for sure exactly how much this is impacting. But there's also the idea that every week it changes to get a little bit less of the
Mhm.
fewer skill points that you're gaining every time you win. So the week one is most impactful, and week four is least impactful in terms of how many you get. So, I mean, you could write it down and track it for yourself and do the math, like, but track your opponent's scores as well, and note when it's a different week than the previous when you're tracking it.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, that's why don't pay attention. I'm just
Yeah.
like, I win, and everyone else is under the same rules. We're good. Like, I'll just climb that way.
Right. All right. Kanak wants to know, how do you determine if it is time to find a new guild?
What do you think?
If you are asking that question, it's probably time to find a new guild.
What if your guild is disintegrating?
Yeah. I think obviously like that's a huge one. I think if you are also in a guild that is just not the same play style as you, so I'll just use an example. There is somebody that is in a guild in our alliance that was in a much lower end guild, and it was extremely lax for what he wanted, and he could not get into a higher end guild just because of his roster size until I yelled at people.
Hmm.
But I mean, the point being though that if your playstyle doesn't match the people that you're in a guild with, you need a new guild. Like you're not going to be happy there. If you're getting 600 tickets a day and you want to be maxing out raids and the rest of your guild mates are getting 300 tickets because they only log on once a day, you're not going to be happy.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, and that's just the thing. People are like, "Well, I've stuck it out with this guild because I love there's a bunch of really good guys, and I really like." And I mean, the real hard truth here is, yes, there are some guilds who are full of total a holes and douches,
Hmm.
but if you go join a different guild, I guarantee that you're gonna be able to find a guild that full of good dudes or good, people that you'll like. I mean, that's you'll enjoy your time in other guilds as well. I mean,
Hmm.
and yeah, you're going to make everyone miserable by insisting that they get 600 tickets a day and hit the raid and do all this stuff. Like,
Right.
guys, we need to try in territory wars, and everyone's like, literally don't care about that. Like,
No.
just want to hang out, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you're gonna be way happier if you're with people who are like-minded and have a like-minded approach.
Yeah. But I mean, from personal experience, every time I've asked if I've needed a new guild, I've ended up needing a new guild.
Which you've been in the same guild for like 3 years
Right. But
now,
before that, I
right?
wasn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like to switch guilds, but
No.
sometimes you need to. Next question.
All right. So, also from Connect, mods are the lifeblood of the game. So, do you give your best mods to an individual character basis or on an individual character basis or based on how a team performs together?
What do you do, Sarah?
So I find
Don't
the
uh,
lever.
don't don't say auto mod. Don't say auto
No,
mod.
don't. I don't auto mod. I usually end up modding so I make a priority list of
Hmm.
teams that I want to mod in order. And what I end up doing is I mod specific characters from those teams first, and then I go back and mod around those characters. So for example, if I was doing a resistance team, I would mod BB-8 first, and then I would go back and mod around BB-8. If I was doing CLS, I would mod around Han or Gas 50 first. I would mod Rex first, and then I would mod after that. Um, so that's what I do. What do you do?
Yeah, so I mean that's exactly, you said the word levers, and that's totally the word I use for it.
Yeah.
The so so yeah, like every squad has one character, one linchpin. Maybe not every squad. Some of them have more than one, in fact, but like in general, there's going to be that one character that is incredibly important that you mod well. Like an Imperial Trooper team is a total non-starter if your Piet is super slow. Like the Imperial Trooper team is going to work horrifically. Like it's not gonna work. So Canuck should know Paplu is really important for Ewoks, for instance. You need to have him really fast because his whole mechanics, if he goes first, then he gets the whole rest of the team jump started. And so you need those characters. Specific characters need way more focus, and the other characters, it's like, yeah, okay, he wants damage. Does he need a ton of speed? Like, maybe, but in general, you just need one character to kind of just start the engine, get the ball rolling, whatever metaphor you want to use for moving forward. And then
Mhm.
the rest of the team is going to operate within the confines, whether or not they're super duper fast or, on the slow side. Of course, if you really want the team to operate well, you need to focus on all the mods. But yeah, those levers, very important stuff.
Yeah. Cool. Do we have time for one more or are we
One
out of
more.
time? One more. Okay, last one from Dutch. So normal conquest sector 4 is a relic 2 Lord Vader, and sector 5 is a relic 3 Jedi Master Kenobi as the end bosses. The past conquest round did not have sector 4 Galactic Legends, and possibly sector 5. Why do you think they have introduced them this time when the conquest unit is a ship? It seems odd when they have made the grind less.
Okay.
What do you think?
So it's Conquest, and I don't care. No, okay, so
Valid.
here's the thing. So they have Galactic Legends
Hmm.
there, and I realize that's frustrating. That I feel like, in a way,
Hmm.
Galactic Legends are this boogeyman that people kind of attribute to, like, the game is harder, or they make the game easier, or they ascribe certain power to the Galactic Legends, and it's true, they are powerful. But if it's a PVE environment, What
Yep.
makes you think that they can't just make an obnoxiously tough to kill Padme in that zone? Like they could make her so stupidly hard to kill as the end boss that
Right.
you can't beat it anyways. Like there's or I said Padme, but any character. They could have Mob Enforcer be obnoxiously difficult. Like they can just make it whatever they want. They can
Mhm.
manipulate the numbers however they want. So like the fact that it's a galactic legend, to me, I'm like, well, at least I'm familiar with their mechanics
Right.
at the very least, even though they add mechanics to them. But like I know what they can do. They can do the AOE this time, and I know I kind of am familiar. I'd rather have it be Galactic Legends there
Mhm.
rather than some random character I know nothing about.
Well, and it's funny that you say that because the Sector 5 Kenobi, I 3-starred on the first try. And all through Sector
Hmm.
5, I had nodes that I wasn't 3-starring and they weren't Kenobi nodes, right? Like that's the only one.
Yeah,
So it's exactly that, right? Like they're giving you all of these modifiers and buffs and debuffs that are just screwing you over. Um, I personally I think they just rotate through Galactic Legend or Conquest character because the last ones were, I think Maul was one of the bosses, if I remember right.
yeah. Was it Moff Gideon the one
Yeah,
for Sector 5?
I think they just rotate through different characters, to be honest with you. And yeah,
Yeah, I don't think
so
they're.
I don't think it has any relation to what the reward is. The feats are themed, obviously, but I don't think the bosses have any relation to what the conquest reward is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So viewer questions. I think we're done.
Yep. We're done.
Done, son. All right. What's next?
So let's do our speed GAC and see if we can actually get it done in 60 seconds. I'm going to fail. I already know I'm going to fail.
I know you will too.
Oh, man. It's fine. So do you want to go first or how would you like to do this?
Oh, that's it. This is your channel, Sarah. I would be rude to command what we're going to be doing. So please.
Oh, all right. You know what? You can go first. I'll time you first. You tell me when you're ready.
Okay, so we're gonna have to do
Mhm.
because last speed GAC
Yes.
round we only did like all of,
Two.
yeah, we did two of them. So we're just talking about our most recent three, which is like the middle and last round of week 3, and then the first match of week 4.
Right. Right.
Okay. Gosh, this is such a
I know.
stressful, weird thing. 1 minute to recap 3 matches.
Yeah. You can't make it boring. So, all
Oh,
right.
hold my beer.
Tell me when you're ready.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Okay, so matched up against a guy with 9.8 million at the start. He is a good player and he placed a good defense. I was able to clear him with really bad banners. He could not clear my Jedi Master Kenobi trap in the back, and I got the win. The next round, it was the last round of that week. I against a 10.2 million in GP account, which is 1.2 more than me. He was also a really good player. I managed to barely clear him for 1,600 banners. He couldn't clear my Jedi Master Kenobi team in the back, which was a trap. The most recent match, 10.7 million GP opponent. He was the 13th biggest account in the game. I couldn't clear his Jedi Master Kenobi, but he couldn't clear mine or Supreme Leader Kylo in the back. And I managed to get the win because he failed on a lot of things that I didn't.
You're done?
Apparently.
You did that in 51 seconds.
Whoa, look at that.
You actually did it. Man, I'm
Was,
going to fail.
was that
That
was
was
I
legit
too?
51 seconds.
Wow. Well, I mean, I didn't. It's because I was trying not to give too many details, but I mean, the theme was
Mhm.
no one beat my Jedi Master Kenobi all week.
Yeah, that is the theme. Wow. Huh.
Yeah,
Huh. Well then.
look at that. Yeah, I can't believe how many big accounts I've beaten
I
in a
can't
row.
believe you recapped your GAC in less than 60 seconds.
I can't believe you believe so little in me that you're like shocked that I could succeed at something.
No, I'm mad because now I'm gonna fail.
It's like in GAC, like it's great to go last until someone does so really well before you, and then you're like, what the hell? Like you full cleared me for this kind of those kind of banners. Like now I have to
Oh,
follow this.
all right.
All right, you ready? You ready to?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right,
Okay.
all right. So, um, ready and go.
Okay, so my first one I actually felt a little bit bad about because it was somebody who listens to H&N and he reached out and I had 1.5 million GP on him, twice as many Galactic Legends. So I felt a little bit bad, but he put up such a strong fight. I ended up winning and we both full cleared, but it was only a 10-point difference because we were both a little bit sloppy. Anyway, and then the next one was an 8.1 million GP player. So he was 500,000 ish more than me. And he had an extra GL and he placed Lord Vader. And I hate Lord Vader with a passion. Could not full clear him. He ended up full clearing me. I could only clear, I ended up giving up on his bottom front zone and just went practicing ships for fun because I was so mad about it. And then my last one was 7.2 million GP, also had 5 GLs and placed three of them, one of them being Lord Vader. I only had two on offense, and I'm so pumped about this because I did an off meta counter and I ended up gassing Ray.
Stop. Continue. This is the most epic part.
So I ended up one-shotting all of his Galactic Legends, and I was convinced that I actually wasn't going to be able to full clear him just because of the defense he had set in the front. But Qui-Gon Jinn Omni came in and just wiped out his Maul team. So that was fun. And it was great. And I ended up full clearing.
Nice. I mean,
Yeah.
you didn't win speed GAC, but you did full clear him.
I
And
did full
I
clear
was
him.
you were telling me you're like I can't clear him. I can't. I'm
I
not going to be able to clear him. He's making me choose. He's making me choose which side to go on, and I'm like, I hope she can't hear my eye roll all the way in Canada.
okay, and like I should say, like I was saying this and you were giving me nothing. You're just like none of this nonsense. And I was like, I'm just gonna go do this. I'm just gonna go do this for science and see what happens.
Well, after your epic pout from the previous match, because you hated Lord Vader so much, I was like, you know what? I'll just let her deal with her stuff.
You're like, I'm just gonna let Sarah have her own tantrum and it'll be fine.
And it was. Yay.
Okay, but like I ended up one-shotting a Lord Vader team, I one-shot a JMK team, and I one-shot a Ray with gas.
It's pretty good.
I'm pretty pumped about that. Anyway,
Yeah. No, it's good. And now you've got a taste for the off meta. I think we're just gonna keep seeing you gain momentum in that area, which is exciting.
we'll see. Maybe I'll save gas for Ray.
You might.
Sounds dicey.
Yeah, someone recently did that to me actually as General Skywalker on my Ray comp, and I was like I thought I was kind of General Skywalker proof, but apparently not. So
Apparently not. Noted.
so it's relevant. Like that, it's always a threat. It's always gonna work. At least have a threat to work. So
All right. Um, so now that I failed that and you did not, um, we can do our roster roast.
yeah. All right. Let's go.
Let's go. Do you have it pulled? Okay, you've got it.
Boom.
Cool.
Look at me. We're in the game. All
Oh,
right. Look at his profile. It doesn't matter. So we're doing. So this is for D Lots. We don't. I have my face is covering his name, which is fine. Let's see
oh,
here.
there,
There
there
you
we
can
go.
see his name for 1 second. Okay, so D Lots. What do you want to look at first? They're in Erodium 1, and they're at 4.5 million. You guys can't see that because Sarah's face is blocking it.
Right. Me and my big head. Okay, let's look at ships. I feel like ships is the easiest to look at first. So,
All right, so capital ships first.
yep. Okay, so okay. We're missing some. I mean, I can understand missing executor, obviously, but
Sure.
we need a Radis and a finalizer.
Seems like something a direction you should be heading, especially if
Mhm.
you are free to play. It takes like a year or more to farm Finalizer and Radis once you
Yeah,
can do the final mission for them.
they're pain.
They are. And okay, so I don't know if if you farm the shards or what. I having these TIE fighters not farmed up
Mhm.
is, in my opinion, a little irresponsible. In fact,
Right.
because you need you need the like they're not hard to farm either. They're easy to get to, and frankly, like the finalizer is going to be an important fleet for you in the
Mhm.
future. And these just now, if you desperately need finalizer for something, you can't even like, think about getting it because you don't have these TIE fighters even like remotely farmed. So,
Right. Yep.
um,
Okay.
okay. Anything
Ugh.
else for ships?
Where are his resistance ships? Okay.
Good luck.
Just out of curiosity. Okay.
Some of them are tragically bad, and
Yeah.
others are blue.
Poe needs his last star.
Let's see. Does he have Ray? No Ray. Oh yeah, he can't
No
have
way.
Ray because of those purples. He does have Jedi Master Luke though. It's kind of
Okay.
fancy. It's approaching
Oh, does he
fancy.
have cat?
He does.
Oh, okay. That's actually pretty impressive. This is a roast. This is a roast.
Yeah, you
Okay.
need to be mean, Sarah.
Sorry. Sorry. This is a
Canadian roast.
roast. Okay. Um, okay. So it
All right.
kind of looks like maybe he's going for Ray because like you've got BB-8 in relics, GTRs in relics. Um,
Well, oh,
okay. I mean, but like look at how many resistance you have in relics. Like it kind of looks like you could go for Ray, except you can't because you don't have Radis.
or why aren't you farming Rose? I know that
Yeah.
people don't like her and she's not a good character, but she's a hard node. You need to be farming her now. It's going to take months to farm her.
Yeah. Yeah, I get
And
it.
and if you're not, what
Ugh.
like what's going on here? If you're not going for resist, like Poe is like he shouldn't have gear unless you're going for Ray. Like
Right.
he sucks. He straight up just is awful. And if you want to go for the fleet, for
Mhm.
yeah, where's Radis? And why isn't your resistance pilot?
Yeah. Well, and that's like just with these relic levels, it looks like you're going for Ray. In which case you need to be farming all of that.
Right, like you have to get Rose.
Like, why would Holdo be gear 12 if you weren't going for Ray? Because
Yeah.
realistically, if you're just running a JTR squad, you're not running Holdo on it. You're running
Oh.
JTR, BB-8, R2, and the
Hmm.
bros.
Oh. Clean your stuff up, dude.
Um,
Um.
okay.
Let's look at Sith. Hmm.
Okay, so no Darth Revan.
Let's see. Oh. Hmm.
Oh, and no Malik. Oh yeah, because no Darth Revan. Okay.
Okay.
Sith Empire troopers making me a little sad. That's a solid tank right there that could be helping you.
Yeah. Uh, uh, so just I thought I saw Revan though. Yeah, he's got
Yeah,
Revan,
there's Revan.
but no, like he has a gear
Well, that's
bestie
why.
either.
Yeah,
So
you gotta farm up your other old Republic and get Darth Revan going.
just 4.5 casual 4.5 with a GL, no Darth Revan.
What about his? I want to see like more dark side.
Dark side.
Yeah,
I can sort by dark side, sure.
I'm just curious because he's got Jedi Master Luke. Is he leaning heavily light side? Okay,
He's got Grievous team. That's okay.
yeah, but that would make sense because doesn't he have gas?
Yeah, yeah. Where's
So
your bounty hunters? And why do your troopers suck? Hold on. I guess Piet's, he's relic 0. He might be fast.
Why is Piet relic though?
Because troopers. You need to have him fast. He's the fastest.
Okay,
This
but
isn't a
like,
point.
where are the rest of the troopers?
Um, they're below. Dark Trooper has gear 11 4 stars and a Zeta, so that was a
Okay.
waste. Don't do that. Oh, Aura Singh
Oh,
at gear 10, 3 stars, has a
can't see
Zeta.
that.
What are you doing with bounty hunters? Let's see that. They're like the semblance of geared.
Are they being geared?
I
It
don't know.
looks like they're being geared like equally or something.
Well, yeah. Well, so this is also
Hmm.
not setting you up for executor either. Like, you need to be working
No.
on that. Okay. So no Darth Revan, but you have all these other characters. Like, is Darth Revan just not important anymore? Is that what's going on? I don't know how
Okay,
relevant
there's
he
a
is.
purple night sister, which is fitting because she's in purple as well. So I mean, I guess they match.
That's some really high level
Ah,
commentary there.
I know.
Purple
Thank you.
matches. Okay, so Zeta Nest, but no Gear 12.
Zeta Daka.
Let's see her awesome health.
Okay.
Oh, I don't want to look at that anymore. Sorry, that was just gross. So,
uh, uh,
yeah, okay, so
so
I don't
no
know.
night sisters.
I mean, that's probably fine for this level, but I feel like
Yeah.
the resistance thing is just so confusing. And okay, so at least farm Basti. Like Dark Basti is amazing
She's
on a ton of
so
squads.
good.
Like at least get her moving. Like and start
Why
working
does
on Darth
armor
Revan.
have a Zeta at 3 star?
You know, if you could get if you could block people from hitting armor, it could be okay, I guess. But at one AOE to open it, she'll just die. So yeah, that is a very confusing thing as well.
Like she doesn't take her turn. She's not it's not like Watt where she gets a bonus turn.
Seems like I don't know. It seems like maybe this person is farming characters, but they're just not applying
But
stars. But I don't know
hmm
why. Why not? Because the GP thing doesn't matter anymore. You may as well be applying stars because that might help you. It might
yeah,
help your guild as well for territory battles.
fluff your roster.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. Well, I think we're about out of time, Sarah. What's your thumbs up or thumbs down? You think this is a good roster? You think it sucks? What do you think?
I'm just very confused. It's
Mm-hmm.
got like decent light, pretty good light side teams, and then it just kind of falls apart after. My confusion is because it feels like he's working on multiple teams at once, which is never a good idea. I say this as the biggest hypocrite ever because I work on multiple teams as one at
Yeah, I was
once.
like, ouch, rude. I,
My favorites list is like 5 teams, but I'm just so confused with what's happening.
hey, look, the Finn Zeta,
Hmm, that's
but he
sad.
doesn't even have resistance trooper geared to be able to use
Yeah.
like he's the biggest user of that.
Oh,
Oh,
Palpatine's making me sad too.
Palpatine can go suck it.
So's Bastilla.
All right, we are out of time, Sarah.
All right, that's it.
We're done.
We're done.
Hit the
Until
button.
next week. Yeah.
All right,
Hit the
guys,
button.
punch it.